Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Tengen. Now, Tengen probably knew you were in the shower, but he thought it would be normal to walk in. After all, his wives got used to him doing that. Well, some of them weren't, but he did that with the rest of who were used to it, and he wanted to see her reaction. It wasn't like the two of you weren't close and haven't gotten into it before, because you have. And it should be normal. Most people who were married had no problem with it. So that's why when he walked in on you showering, he did not expect you to cover yourself with a curtain and blush brightly. What are you doing here, Tengen? I I was just going to grab something. From the bathroom? Yes, he says. He felt like he was pretty caught, blushing, and then shaking his head. Come on, Ryan. It's not like we haven't. Get out of here, you said, cutting him right off and splashing him with water until he got out. That was certainly a hard no from you, but at least he tried. Rengoku. Oh, poor Rengoku, it was really an accident for him. He would never do this on purpose. He had only walked in because he thought the bathroom was empty. And then seeing you in the shower, it surely brought something on top of his mind. A lot of things. The two of you lived together, you have gotten quite close, but this was still something. He blushed brightly and immediately looked away. Oh, Ryan, I did not expect to see you in here. Well, I am showering, so you should expect me here. Certainly. We did not have other bathrooms in the house, Rengoku. Well, I didn't know you were showering, did I? He said. And then he feels more embarrassed. I I will just take my leave. When you're out, you can tell me, he says, leaving quickly and closing the door behind him. He was ashamed, and although he seemed a little bit snarky in there, he did not really know you were in the shower. He thought you were already done. It'd taken quite a while now. So he was truly innocent, and he was really thinking that you were not in there. Try to forgive him, he was already embarrassed enough. Rui. The thing about Rui is he's actually very shy, and extremely conscious about what he does. So if he walks in on you bet he'll be embarrassed, and he's extremely embarrassed. As soon as he realizes what he's walking in on, he immediately covers his face with his hands. Ryan, I'm truly sorry. I'm really sorry. I will get out now, he says. And before you even know it, before you could even get out a word, whether you were angry or not even mad at him, you don't get a chance to get anything out, because he flies out of the door. Flies being the only word to describe him, considering how fast he's going. It's impossible, honestly, and equally adorable too, because once you get out of the shower, you see him outside, and his face is so red and he's so embarrassed, and he's just on the verge of another apology when you give him a soft kiss on the cheek. It's fine, I promise. I know it was a mistake, and I'm really not mad at you, so stop feeling guilty now. And for the most part, your words work very well to reassure him. Muichiro. Much like Rui here, it was an accident that he walked in on you. A very plausible accident. And you don't blame him because, well, you did not lock the door, and for the most part that was your fault. Perhaps the lights were on, yes. But did it matter when the two of you always forgot to turn them off? No. So he was completely justified on what he did. And you had no right being mad at him. And still, you were. Just for a fragment of a minute. You were really mad because he had walked in on you. And perhaps anyone else would be. Put into a spot like that. Muichiro, get out this instant, you yelled. And before you could even say anything, you were about to throw a robe at him. So he instantly fled the bathroom, blushing brightly. He hopes that you're not really mad at him, and once you're out, he is ready to apologize and tell you that he really did not mean to walk in on you, but you take his hand and squeeze it. I'm sorry, Muichiro, I got really embarrassed, you say, blushing. And honestly, he's not really mad about what you did. He's just relieved that you're not mad at him, and that no grudges were held. Giyu. Now, the two of you have been married, and it's been quite a while, but it's still enough for this to be a shock when happening. He was not a fan of walking in on people showering. Well, not any people, just you, but he was still not a fan of that happening. And if you were in the same situation, he would be gravely embarrassed. So he knows what it would feel like, and he does not blame you for feeling embarrassed in front of him. In fact, as soon as he walks in on you, he looks down immediately, shielding his eyes with his hands. My apologies, Mayan. I just forgot something in the bathroom and I was going to grab it. I will leave quickly, he says. He doesn't panic much. He barely saw anything and he certainly is not going to think about this. Not for a long, long time. And he was certainly not embarrassed. But once you go out, he is mysteriously avoiding your gaze for some unknown reasons. And he was very much not embarrassed by this encounter. Not at all. Sanemi. Sanemi didn't know what to say. After all, it wasn't like he knew you were in there. He would not walk in on you on purpose. God forbid that ever happens. Regardless, it's still very embarrassing. And he gets actually kind of shy. How was I supposed to know you were in there? Well, how were you not supposed to know? It's very obvious. The lights are on, and I'm showering. I'm sure you heard the sound from outside. Well, I didn't. And just then, the two of you pause to realize that you're arguing with him while you are very bare in the shower, and he's looking at you, and it does not seem to matter because the argument is more important for a couple of moments before the two of you blush, and he begins laughing. You're a crazy woman, Ryan, and you're an even crazier man. Now get out. And he gets out. He really does this time.